Hi, folks. I hope you are okay. Love to everybody out there. I was going to do a Bible study on fellowship, and I was going to do a one or two other things tonight. But I saw something today that really upset me, really annoyed me, and I think it's annoyed many British people. And I want to show you what that is. Um, Now, this video that I'm about to show you, there is a little bit of swearing in it, so please forgive me. There are some swear words in this, but this is what the police did, which really upset me. Uh,
And we can have play dates and talk to each other.
Imagine that's your child.
I am imagining it, and that's why I am. You're going to be dead in a few years.
So this lady, she confronts these Palestinian protesters, and she's angry because it's been going on for weeks. So she confronts them. So that's the context. Yeah, she swears a little bit, but just watch.
Me and mine are going to be the one carrying this on. You want, yeah, exactly. You're going to be picking up all this fuss just for you to go in the ground and us to deal with the fucking. I'm sorry, I can't stand here anymore. I don't give a fuck. It's not about race. No, it's not about race.
100% bro. Maths.
Sorry, I can't do it. I can't do it. After what happened yesterday, I'm sorry.
Oh, do you know what? This one in the red jacket, do you know what he said earlier? Everybody, Mr. Red Jacket said the girl in Epping didn't get touched up, it's all a lie. And he outright believes it as well. Yeah, your mate with the red jacket wherever he's disappeared to. Denying the girl in Epping got assaulted. It's fucking disgusting. I'm Tommy Robinson's mate. I don't even know Tommy. What are you going on about? Tommy? No, he's not. I don't know Tommy. No, you don't. No. What's Tommy got to do with anything? No. I'm sure it's living a fantasy world, mate.
No child
yeah, they do,
should be starving. No child should be looking like that. This is where we are the same. I 100% agree. But do you know, when this world, the way it's built now, we can all sit here and go, oh, in an ideal world. Well, this is real life, darling. In real life, we can't save everyone. So what we have is a systematic fucking setup of governments and cities and towns and mayors, and it is their job and their responsibility to govern those people, right? This is my country, my land. I've been here for hundreds of thousands of years, my line has. And you know what, let me just say, right, before anyone tries to call me a racist, I'm Roman Egyptian. There is no one in this country who is more persecuted than my peoples. You do not see no black signs anymore, but you do see no Jippos. You don't get barred for being a Palestinian, but you do get barred for being a Jippo. If anyone's a minority in this country, it's fucking me, So before anyone calls me racist, this is not what this is about. It's about paid organisers like this woman here in the dress. I saw you yesterday. They are paid organisers. As soon as they see a protest for this country, they are paid to come out and do all this and have an anti-protest. I actually pretended. I was on her side yesterday, got some inside info after the protest. Yeah, she's a paid supporter. That one right there.
Did she tell you? What did she say?
She was saying, right, when your videos that you want put online, all the shit that you post on there, they've what they'll do, as soon as that's posted, they have got organised units. It's mainly Muslims, the thing that she works with. It's called the City Retreat. Get that on there. The City Retreat on Churchgate, Leicester. It is a Muslim hub. Online, it's described as a community centre for the community. No, it's not. I live opposite, but on the other street. Well, then you should know that it's an Islamic centre. Non-Islamic people and non-Muslims are not allowed in there. You are questioned about your presence outside the building in an English country on English land. Make that make sense. Because you work with them and you hold a Palestinian flag. What if I went down there with a gypsy flag? Do you think they'd let me in? I doubt it. Or a British flag? They wouldn't. They wouldn't. I know, but the thing is, you can tolerate other people without accepting them.
Love and care about each other.
We do, and I agree with you. But no one's me standing. This is me love. This is love that I'm projecting through my voice as a mere 5'2" fuck-all woman. All I can do is shout and hope that someone will listen. Because one, I'm a woman, that's already against me. And the more fucking Sharia law we've got, the more it's against me. I might get stoned tomorrow, who knows? Right, but here we are. My religion doesn't ask for women to be stoned when they speak. My religion doesn't ask for women to be raped in the Old Testament, but I believe in Jesus Christ. And what did Jesus say? Do you know the Bible, sir? What did Jesus say? All the old laws are washed away. Those who wish to find God can only go through me. I am the way, the truth, and the life. If you go through Jesus Christ, you will be saved. And that at the end of the day, all I care about is what Jesus taught, not the Old Testament. I care about Jesus, to love all. And we are not loving all when we are prioritizing a minority. This is my country, my land. I cannot walk around without being harassed sexually, physically, then I am not safe. I am not living in a free country.
Good Samaritan. Ironically, it wasn't the religious people.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
It was an outcast.
No.
An outcast like me, a Roman Gypsy. Exactly. Here I am again, all these years later.
The Good Samaritan.
Like, seriously. No, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm Roman here. Not the ones on TV, darling. I'm a traditional Roman. Anglo-Roman is different. No, do you get what I'm saying? It's different. Yeah, I don't. Listen, if you really are, you need to stand up for our people. We're the only ones, right? Like I'm saying to these, you get no blacks, all that. That don't happen no more. But what happens when we go into a pub? I can pass. Do you know what I mean? But if I went in there with my family, we'd all be barred before we even ordered a drink. Exactly. So you know. And if we carry on standing around and allowing shit like this, do you know what I mean? No, but this is the point. This is the point I'm at. Like, you know, I can't stand by anymore. We do.
It's freeze. Who's freeze?
I agree with loving all, right? But it's not my job. This isn't about love, darling. This is about economy. This is about responsibility. This is about ethic and morals at the end of the day. This is about the safety of my children. My granddad did not, you know, and his Conrads did not die in the war for this. Nearly half my family have served in the military and they are disgusted with the way it's come out today. They don't care what colour you are. I don't care what religion you are even. Yes, this is built on strong Christian morals and values. And in an ideal world, I'd love it if we could all be the same, but this isn't an ideal world. This is real life. Real life is everyone's different. Exactly. Everyone's different. Everyone's got their own beliefs, and that's fine. Wouldn't it be boring if we were all the fucking same? Do you know what I mean? Right? But what I'm saying is, in my country, in my land, my country that's built on strong Christian morals and values. I should be no, it is. No, you can spin it any way you want.
The father of England, Alfred the Great, starting from there. That's where we are now. That's what you've got free country to this. You're able to stand like this.
Listen, you can gather an entire army. Bring it on. I don't care. I will fight one woman standing. I do not give a shit.
The free speech is important.
Important.
Not to the left. Not to the left, though. You call everyone racist. You attack people at their jobs. Why do you think the authorities were afraid to speak out about the grooming gangs? Because of the far left narratives.
Yeah.
You all should hang your head in shame for all of that stuff.
Yeah. You know, can I just say as well about the grooming gangs? There was incidents in Leicester that happened. Girls that were being taken to Bradford, Nottinghamshire, Sheffield. I'm not going to name names, obviously.
Yeah.
A close friend of mine reported this. At 14 years old, she was arrested and called a prostitute because when she told them she was raped afterwards, he chucked her 20 quid at her because she's a white woman. The same thing happened to, this was years later when I was at Regent College, so we're going back for quite a few fair years now, probably about 10 years ago, give or take. A Muslim woman was just touched. She was walked by, the white man was arrested and detained and obtained a criminal record. Explain this to me. I'm not, what we said before, we've met before, we discussed it. I don't care about your race, but if they're making it about race, I'm going to have to defend my race.
They said earlier, the guy earlier was saying he hates being white, he's anti-British. He hates his white skin and that, all he hates. I've got to film it.
Mental health, darling. Get yourself checked in bracket unit.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right, you too.
And we're called to love each other.
I agree with you, but you know, we're not a church right now.
Think of all the other children that are buried under the rubble.
I do. I think of our children. I think of my 12-year-old niece who was raped by a Pakistani man fresh off the boat. I think of children at school who can't integrate with their peers because nobody speaks English. I think of myself when I go to the doctors and they have to get an interpreter because he doesn't understand what I'm saying when I'm talking about my polycystic ovary syndrome, because his English is so limited. Do you know, we are not fit for purpose in this country anymore. I don't care, I'm going to say it and I'm going to say it again. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what colour you are. I don't care what your religion is. All I care about is that your morals and values align with mine and everybody else's in this country, and that the money that's being made, that explains it all. Indoctrinated, safeguarding the rest of it. There we go. Yeah.
In children's mother country. I love my job I did.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yes, that's good.
And I look after your child. Just think of all those.
I'd rather trust a pope and a paedophile to look after my kids than people like you. Honestly, I'm at that point. I'd sooner drop him off with a pub in the middle of Green Street or football factory than trust him with the likes of you, darling. Anyone that could stand round here, right, holding Palestinian flags and telling me, a white British woman, that I'm not welcome in this part of my country, that have been shouting at me, intimidating me, men screaming, he wasn't English, was it? Do you know what I mean? Scream in my face again. Watch how we deal with it, darling. Do you know what I mean? Oh, here they are. I bet I'm the one who gets arrested. Let's see.
You won't.
Let's fucking see. I'm sorry. Do you know what? You're a div.
Big up your chest to you, man. Yeah.
So much fucking being roused for DV. You'll be down here in a minute to beat the shit out of me. Fucking on live now, we're not.
We're not sisters, as you.
Is she? Yeah. Big up your chest to your sister.
I'm going to see in a minute. She gets arrested. So watch this. Solomon, you okay, mate?
Yeah, I'm fine. You see how England's gone? Your people were Christian back in the day. Like, even though they were Catholic, they turned Anglican in the 1500s.
Yeah. Just
how's it gone worse in England?
It's gone worse. Just watch this now, and then we'll talk about it, mate. Are you ready? Watch this now.
But yeah, that was absolutely fire. You know you're about to break the internet.
That's good.
Oh, you've got a gang, Mad John. Great.
A conversation or an interrogation, darling?
Conversation initially. Obviously, I'd want to do it just out of the way, just away from you.
Can I film you?
No, I want you to be with me all the time. This is my advocate.
I'll film all of our conversations with you guys. Thank you very much.
I've not done anything illegal.
Okay. The reason I asked that is because I'm going to be asking for some personal details.
No, I'm going to leave.
You don't have to give no personal details.
Okay.
Are you going to arrest me?
Yes, you're under arrest.
If you're,
no, you can't arrest
Look
her.
at that. Look at
You can't
that.
arrest her for what? She hasn't done anything. I've got it all.
And she's got a baby there in a pram. She's got a baby in a pram. She's done nothing wrong. And they want to arrest her, man, for nothing. Because she won't give her details. Well, she's not done anything wrong, so she shouldn't have to give her details.
I've got it all on camera, fucking jokers. You've got a baby with her as well. Wow.
The country's gone, man.
Wow.
It's gone.
Wow. Look at this guy. Two-tier police in court again. Court again.
Don't worry, if you touch me up, just put it in.
Two-tier police in court again. And they're being rough with her. Disgusting. It's all on camera, mate. She ain't done anything. You're wrong. You're inherently wrong in this. It's all on camera. This ain't a good look for Leicester Police Force. I'm telling you that. There ain't no common assault.
Look at him.
Wow.
I've not done anything.
Full coppers, man.
You were very rough with me, so you had
And to ascertain your name and address. Okay?
Wow, they just want the details.
I'm not
Absolute tyrants. Disgusting. Nah, I'm standing here. Don't tell me what to do, man. I'm in public.
The communists.
Don't tell me what to do. Bullies. You're all disgusting. I'll say how I want to say it, and you ain't going to say nothing about it as well. I'm going to absolutely roast you while I'm stood here. You're all disgusting. With a baby like that, grabbing her up like that on camera. How do you think you're going to look on the internet? Do you know how many views I'm going to get on this video, you bunch of clowns? Should be ashamed of yourselves.
They're not even bothered with it.
Oh, doing that there on camera. Do you know how bad your police force is going to look on my channel now? Well done, guys. Smart move. Maybe a bit of critical thinking wouldn't go amiss with the police force, would it? Look at the optics on this. Do you know how bad this is for you guys, Leicester Police? Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Awful optics for you guys, this is.
And then they take it away. They take her away. Keith, Michelle. Then they take her away in the car. They put her in the car. She's not done anything wrong. She don't want to give her details. She shouldn't have to. She's not done anything wrong. Absolute crazy. And then you've got this here. I'll just show you this quick. Just get it. Just get this clip here, and then we'll get street preacher in Rotherham. The gentleman came on our show the other day. He got arrested for nothing. He's been vindicated. Let's just get it here.
So, I think it was your delivery.
I asked a simple question.
We are recording an incident, a hate incident. In order to
I am not.
For your understanding,
I am
might
not
be wise for you
admitting to something.
Okay, explain what's happening. We're not asking to admit it. We're stating there's an allegation. You don't have to admit anything, but there's an allegation of an incident that's happened. That incident is a hate incident. You require details of the and therefore, if you don't provide your details under the section 50 Police Reform Act, under the ASC Act,
Michelle, God bless you.
details, then we have a power of arrest to obtain those details, which we don't want to go down. It's not necessary. Yeah, it's just basically just open that. Common sense might prevail eventually when we do look him up. We're going to present him for not to obtain his details. Yeah. And if he fails to provide at some point along that journey, he'd like to think the light might shine.
Right, okay, John, as you know as 1347 in the arrest. Okay. You're not
That's on GB News. That he won't give his details, because if you give your details, in a way you're tacitly admitting that you've done something wrong, and he won't give his details. That's why the woman won't give her details, because when you give your details, they put it in a book as if you've done something wrong. So then when it comes up again, they'll whack you. So that's why they're not giving their details. Anyhow, Solomon, what do you think, my friend? And then I'm going to say my piece. Michelle, it's good to see you. Keith,
I
and
think it's
anybody else.
terrible, because I've seen this a lot with David Lynn. I've seen it a lot with street preachers going around preaching the word of God, standing up for their rights. They've been the police are terrible at doing this. And let know England is a Christian country. They should be supporting Christians preach, because look, if we are not preaching, there'll still be more crime. There'll still be a lot of bankruptcy. If we start preaching, people will start listening to the word. But these policemen, they're rooted under the Antichrist system, so they don't want to help Christians. They should be helping Christians out. It's terrible, man.
Yes. I want to say a couple of things. I mean, there are some police officers. Not many, but there are some that try to be fair and try to be good. I mean, I know some police officers in Manchester that when they're dealing with me, they've been okay. But generally speaking, there's a pattern in the country where, for example, the police have become politicized. So if there's a gay pride march, they're wearing gay pride stuff on their uniform, and they've been told by the courts that they shouldn't be doing that. So the police have become politicized. They've taken a side, a political side. They've taken the side of these protesters with the Palestinian flags. They've taken the side. They took the side of the BLM. They took the side of the gay rights thing. And they're not to be taking sides. They're to uphold the law, and they're to be impartial. The second thing is that these hate speech laws are communist, because it gives carte blanche to anybody who says that they're offended can get you arrested. So the man on GB News, what happened there, he was walking past the market, he saw a Muslim lady, he started chatting to her. He gave her a tract, she wanted to give him a leaflet, and then he asked her about the Quran and about wife beating in the Quran. He gave the Quranic verse, and then it was only a minute, and then he walked off. She went and phoned the police. They came up to him. He wouldn't give his. He said he'd not done anything wrong. He wouldn't give his address or name. They arrested him. So these hate crime laws, where you just tell someone, you tell the police that you're offended, the police go and arrest you or take you away anyway, whether you like it or not. And then with street preaching, they're always arresting street preachers, and a lot of the times no charges are pressed, and they let the street preacher out late at night, 2 and 3 in the morning, something like that, just to punish the street preacher. But the thing is that the law is broken down. It's become very communistic. It's become very authoritarian and fascist.
Yes.
It's not working for everybody. It's only working for a certain group of people. And secondly, the police have become politicized. They no longer have the respect of the British people. The British people, after this video, it's over. The video that we've just seen of this woman being arrested is going viral. And it's the end of the British police. The British police will not have the respect of the British people ever again. They've lost all credibility. They're no longer a police force. They're a political entity of the government to do the government's bidding rather than to uphold the law and to be impartial. And it's a very dangerous time for our country because we're completely at sea. We're completely lawless because these police, they will turn up and arrest you if someone complains about their offended, but they don't arrest grooming gangs en masse as they should have done, or should do. They don't arrest the rapists. They don't arrest the murderers. They don't arrest the shoplifters. Shoplifting crime has gone sky high. They're not arresting them. They're not arresting asylum seekers who are being violent. And I saw a video today of a asylum seeker swearing nasty sexualized words at a police officer, woman, and they wouldn't arrest him. And yet, any British person who is someone says, "Oh, that person's offended me," they can get arrested. And we've moved from being a civilized society. We've moved into lawlessness because the police have lost control. They've lost respect of the British people. I'm sorry to say they've lost respect, and what that means now, you're already seeing a group called the Shield, bikers that have created, like, in a way, a police force. The Shield is like an unofficial police force. They've got thousands that have joined the bikers, and it's called the Shield, and they go around city centres and towns to make sure that the kids and the girls and the women are okay. So law and order's already breaking down. There are already groups now starting their own quasi-police force because the police here are not doing their job. This is catastrophic, and it can't be tolerated anymore. I'm sorry, it can't be tolerated anymore. This cannot go, cannot be tolerated anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry, Solomon. I'm just really angry.
It's okay. And the Bible also supports the policemen, but they're not following what the Bible is saying. The Bible is saying they don't even need to follow the Bible. They need to follow their own British law, because the British law it comes from the Bible. Most of the law from England comes from the Bible. So they're not doing the right thing. And the woman, she was standing up for England. Like, I don't get it. Why are English people supporting Palestine when back in 1940s the British used to help the Israelis, used to govern the Israeli people? So why did I got a question? Why do we have Palestine, and why is that part of Palestine not part of Israel? Who separated it? Was it the British, or what? How did it came to be?
I think it was the British that did that originally. But the thing is about Palestinian situation there is you can't have a peace deal there because Hamas have it in their constitution to destroy Israel off the face of the planet. So how can you, and to destroy the Jewish people? So how can you have a two-state solution? You can't, with people that want to destroy the Jewish state and destroy the Jewish people. That's what happened on that day when I think it was about 2,000 Jewish people got attacked a year and a half ago on motorbikes by Hamas. They took the hostages and they were raping them and stuff like that. And that's Hamas. Hamas is a terrorist organization. They train their young children to kill Jewish people. So you can't sit down with these terrorists and do a deal with them. The other thing as well is these it is sad what we're seeing, but you notice that these refugees in Gaza, the Egyptians don't take them in. The Jordanians don't take them in. Saudi Arabia doesn't take them in. Iran doesn't take them in. Do you know why they don't take them in? Because they don't want those terrorists in their borders.
Yeah. Wait, do the Muslims support Hamas? What they're doing? The like Iraq, Iran.
Yeah, of course they do. The Muslims are 100% behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I want to say is I was watching one video once. It was from some Baptist, and he said the people who are supporting the Palestinians are coming to kill you. Hamas, ISIS, all these terrorist groups, they're coming to kill you. And I was laughing. It was funny, but he actually backed himself. I think his channel was the Old School Bible Baptist, and he has really good videos on why Islam's not the true religion, how these the Palestinians, they're very wicked. They don't even have a leader. They've got nothing to do with the Philistines in the Bible. They most of them just come from, most of these Hamas groups, they just come from the Arab side. I think they come from Jordan and all those countries around. They're not meant to be there. That land was for Israel. It's promised in the Bible. And that's why I'm for Israel. Because when you look at the Bible, God promised Abraham the land is given to them. The covenant circumcision between Abraham and his his sons. So yeah, I just feel like
I don't disagree with you. I think God has a plan for the Jewish people, but the issue that the woman brought up in the video where she was arrested, she brought up some key points. Number one, she went undercover the day before, pretending to be part of these Palestinian sympathizers, and she was told by one of the women that she gets paid to go and protest on behalf of the Palestine. So.
Wow.
And then she was saying it was coordinated by the Muslim community center in the city. They see videos on YouTube of people filming, say, patriots who go and complain about these hotels, and so then they'll send these Antifa and these pro-Palestinian people to go and protest against the patriots, and then but they get paid to do it. They're getting paid.
That's disgusting.
Yeah,
they get paid to do it. That's wrong.
Yeah, that's what she said. She said that's what she discovered the day before. So I mean that tells you something, that all these marches every week, it's really to brainwash us, to kind of to kind of, it's a form of brainwashing, that they're doing it every week, that they're turning up at any other marches to complain, and they're trying to get people used to the fact that of these Palestinian flags. And the other thing as well, the second thing is, she was angry that she's a British woman, and she can't be free in her own country. She can't be free to walk the street. Her children can't be free to walk the street because of these asylum seekers. And she was saying that even flying a British flag is seen as racist. So you see these Palestinian flags flying every week, but yet if you're British, you can't even fly your own flag without being called a racist. And that's why she was angry, that she couldn't celebrate her culture, her British culture, and that they're not assimilating in our culture. And she was saying it's not racist because she's from a Romani gypsy situation. The point is that British people are being made to feel unwelcome in their own country, and that's how I feel. That's how many other people feel, and it's got to stop. I can't. That's why she snapped. That's why she said what she said. And the police, the media, are complicit in the destruction of our country. They are continually telling lies about those who are complaining, those who stand outside the hotels and are complaining about the asylum seekers. The media are completely keep lying about the protesters. The media will not celebrate British culture. The media are complicit in this kind of wanting to destroy Britain. The laws that have been passed, these hate crime laws, are there to silence anybody who might criticize the government or criticize these elites who are taking us down this hellhole of a situation. And then the police have made it clear, generally speaking, that they are no longer policing all the British people. They are policing, they're protecting a certain group of people, and the rest of the British people, they can get on their bike. They're not going to get any protection. And that's the majority of the British people.
Yeah.
And that's the situation that we're in. And so we have now, in effect, a police that is like the German, when the communists took over Germany, half of Eastern Germany became, they created a police force called the Stasi, and they arrested you at night. They were more interested in shutting down your free speech. And that's what our police have become. Our police have become the new Stasi. They no longer represent the British people. They're no longer upholding the law. They are a political force doing the political bidding of a communist regime. Our government is not democratic. Our government is communist. They're allowing people come in across the border. There's no protection at the border. There's no soldiers. There's no army. There's no police at the border. Why is that? It's because they're allowing these people to come in because they want to destroy the culture. They want to destroy British life. You can't get a doctor's appointment these days. You can't even go in school and show patriotism. You know, the girl who wore
Yeah, the
British.
girl. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, there was once when let me explain. Basically, there was once when I took a Bible to school, and no, I took a Quran to school. Yeah, and then I quoted something from the Quran, and then everyone got mad at me. They called the religious teachers to debate me about. I said the Quran teaches violence, and the girl brought up Quran is the Islam's the most peaceful religion. I quoted from their resource, and they said it's a form of religious discrimination because you're quoting from their sources and you're using it against. Yeah, and there's once when I read the Bible when I was preaching, they were telling me to stop, or if you don't stop, we will exclude you out of school. So yeah, a lot of these, because most of these teachers, because I went to a school that the government owns, it's not a seminary. They really hated it. They're root under liberalism. So yeah.
I've got here Stasi, the most terrifying secret police in history. It says secret police have long helped authoritarian states to maintain their control and hegemony on power, normally by operating outside the law to repress any discontent or opposition. And that's what we're seeing today. We're seeing that we have an authoritarian elite class, a uniparty, the Labour and the Conservative. There's no different to them. They're all the same. And they're the elites, and they control us, and they become authoritarian. These hate crime laws, it's authoritarianism that you have to give. Just think about it, that you have to give your name and address if they ask you. That's communism. That's authoritarianism. You've not done anything wrong. There was another video the other day of a guy on a bike in Liverpool. He's like 35 years of age. The police wanted to stop him and ask for his name and address. He wouldn't give it because he'd not done anything wrong. So they grabbed him, pushed him on the floor, and he's shouting, Christ is King, Christ is King, Christ is King, and they're bashing his back. And then eventually they got him up on his feet and they let him go because he'd not done any crime, but they were kicking him and punching him and hitting him, and he'd not done anything wrong, and he was saying Christ is King. So we have an authoritarian government, an authoritarian regime, and a police force that is not upholding the law but doing the bidding of an authoritarian regime and has lost all respect. The Stasi was formed in 1950 with the title of Official State Security Service. With similarities to the KGB, the Stasi's role involved spying, gathering intelligence. We see that all the time now. The police turn up at patriots who stand outside hotels and they're filmed. But if you notice, nobody's filming the Palestinian protesters, but the police will film the patriots. Because the Palestinian protesters, a lot of them, they wear masks. With similarity to the KGB, the Stasi role involves spying, gathering intelligence on the population, with the aim of keeping the government informed and being able to quash any dissent before it became a threat. That's what's happening today in Britain today. That's what happened to that woman today. She was taken out of there because she was a threat. She was challenging the accepted narrative, and the police didn't like it, so they took it away. The issue of, oh, give us your name and address, that's just an excuse to bully her and take her off the street. They initially were also responsible for suppressing and spying on former Nazis and gathering counterintelligence on Western agents. At times went on, the Stasi also kidnapped former Eastern German officials and escapees and forcibly returned them. Officially, the Stasi employed 90,000 people, but in order to achieve such levels of effectiveness, the Stasi relied on mass participation. It estimated that 1 in every 6 Germans was informed for the Stasi, and every factory, office, and apartment block had at least one person living or working. There was one in the Stasi payroll. Now, it's not got to that level yet, but it's going to get there. The reason is, in Britain now, you can't speak your opinion.
That's true.
If you're in a cafe and you start criticizing Islam or talking about immigration, you could get arrested.
Yeah, exactly.
So we saw in the time of COVID-19, Stasi tactics in operation where families were told to tell on other families if they were breaching the COVID-19 regulations. So it was already done during COVID-19, that the Stasi methodology of telling on your family and reporting incidents. But it's slowly gonna come back where they're gonna start doing that, where you're gonna be told to snitch on your family if you're patriotic, if you believe in your country, if you disagree with immigration. That's where we're going, because the police force are definitely not interested in policing for everybody. They just want to toe the line, the political line of whatever the politics are saying, which is authoritarianism.
The Labour Party are terrible, man. I wish we was under the Conserve, because there was once where, like, I was at a park, there people are stealing stuff, they're not repairing it. Things are broken in my nearby park, and like everything's destroyed and they're not repairing it. Yeah, the Conservatives are good, but yeah.
So I think where we go from here, I think we're in a new kind of territory.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when Ukraine. I think we're heading for a situation where in Ukraine, when law and order broke down, do you remember those fights in where the Ukrainians bracketed off parts of the city and barricaded it, and the police? I think we're heading for that kind of situation, because once the people have no respect for the police, then where do you go from there? It's a game over. We're in a different season. We're not in the season of normal British life where we have police officers and we can respect them and they're doing their job. And once there's no respect for the police, then the country is on a knife edge. The country's on a knife edge of revolution, because people are not going to put up with it. I mean, I'm absolutely furious what the police did to that woman, and that's not an isolated incident. This is happening throughout the country. It's not just one person. It's happening throughout the country. And if you've got no respect for the police, and if the police have lost all respect, then where do you go from there? You've got no country left. No respect for the government, and no respect for the police, because they've abandoned their role of policing the British people, and the government have abandoned their role of looking after the British people. You don't have a border. Well, if you don't have a border, you don't have a country. If you don't have a border, you don't have a country.
Yeah, that's true. Do
We
you know
don't
the
have a
Bible?
country anymore.
The Bible
Sorry.
prophesies for this. It tells us that the things will get worse and worse in the book of Revelation. So it's coming. Hopefully, but we're not going to face the tribulation. I don't think we're going to face the tribulation. We're going to be out of it, and then I think we're going to be raptured, and then he'll go back to Israel, to saving Israel, and then his millennial kingdom. But yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, but it's prophesied in the Bible. We got nothing to do. The end times. I was watching, when the COVID-19 started, everyone thought the COVID-19 is going to be the mark of the beast. That's not true. One pastor said that, this Pentecostal pastor said it's a way of, because under COVID-19, it was basically like Christians wasn't doing that much well. They were doing a lot of sin. So the Lord is just giving us taste of what the end times could be if we don't fix ourselves. That's how it was. So all this,
it could be. And the other thing about the rapture, brother, is that Paul says that all those who live a godly life will be persecuted. So
you'll be persecuted.
If you believe that you're going to be raptured before any persecution, you're going to have a big surprise if you are persecuted. You are. So it's clear that if you're a Christian, you're going to get persecuted.
Yeah, that's true.
It's clear as day, But the thing is that the main issue here really is, on the one side we got two sides. One side, we're Christians, we're born again, we love the Lord, we have the gospel, and we have the church, and we're to be spirit filled, and we're to demonstrate our life Christ-like. We're to go out, preach the gospel, see people saved, and see the Holy Spirit working people, and we're to do that. And that is the main thing of what Christians should be doing, the church should be doing. But on the other flip side, if good men keep silent, then evil reigns. And in the time of the Nazis, when the Nazis were snatching, when the Nazis were snatching the Jews, quite a few Christians kept quiet and they didn't say anything. And the time of the communists would turn up at night and they would arrest you and take you to the gulag far away into Siberia. They come at night, nobody said anything. So people in communist Russia, the KGB would arrest you at night, take you away. Nobody knows, like, people know that you're being taken, but they don't know what's happening properly. They take you away and they send you to the Siberia, and people were seeing their families disappearing, but nobody was saying anything about it. Jews in Nazi Germany were disappearing for years and nobody was saying anything about it. And if you don't say anything about it, then tyranny reigns. And the reason why I'm doing this video is I'm trying to just say what a spade is. This is where we're at. We can't remain silent anymore. Our country has moved over to communism. The police are the new Stasi. They're not in any shape or form the police of 10, 20 years ago. Generally speaking, maybe one or two are the old police, but the vast majority of police today are the new Stasi, and our government is the new communist regime, authoritarian regime.
Yeah, I know
the
why.
days of democracy. Sorry,
Carry
but the
on.
days of democracy The days of democracy, the days where you could have debates, the days where you voted a government in and they would actually implement what you're saying, the days are over. They're finished.
They're
It's
over,
gone.
yeah. Yeah, because I know why that is, because I see a lot of these police, they're not qualified. They have like a BTEC qualification in law, and then they just put them in policemen. Like they don't even have A levels, and they just put them in like police them, and most of these people most of these policemen, they're under a school system which tells you to hate Christians, to hate Jewish people, to be anti-Semitic. We don't have a real policeman would support Christianity. A real policeman would say, "Well done, keep preaching. You're making our job easier." Because by preaching, there will be less criminal offense. There will be less fighting going on by preaching. But nowadays, these policemen, they're full of sin. They're full of evil. They have hardened hearts. So, yeah. I'm going to leave, Jason, because I got church tomorrow morning at 9. So thank you for having me on.
Bro.
Thank you.
Thanks, Solomon. Thanks a lot, mate. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Yeah, what Solomon was saying there about the police, I mean, it's a fact. I mean, it's not something that I'm saying. The police, the police are secular. It's a good point. One of the things about the police now is a lot of the police that are in the police force, they don't have the experience as police of the past. There's a lot of young recruits, and a lot of them don't know their job as they should do, and the police standard has gone down. You can see that there were some big guys getting that lady, but you can see throughout the police force there's a lot of small guys and small women. Well, small women and small guys are not going to. People aren't going to respect that, and then they've been infected by this woke and identity politics, and people are just losing respect. I think all respect has probably gone with this viral video that's going to go around. The police, the rules of the police force, the British police, is that they are to be independent. They're not even in the constitution of the police force. There's a kind of a written statement of the police, which the British government's done over the years. The police are to be independent. What that means is even if a superior officer tells them to do something that is not in line with the law, the police officer, the junior officer, does not have to obey the senior officer. So throughout British history, the police, general rules of the police are to encourage them to be independent, to be people who stand up for the basic laws of the country. Even if their superiors tell them to do something that is not according to the law, they are to obey the law and stand up for the law. But now what we're seeing is for the last 10 years, 8 years especially, the police are doing whatever their masters tell them. And so they're mainly they have become extremely politicized. This is a trend that's been going on for quite some time. Even the time of Thatcher, quite a lot of police officers were quite happy to give the miners trouble. But it's been the politicization of the police has got to a point now where even the judges had to step in and say, you wearing gay rights material on your cars and it's not good. You're supposed to be not biased. You're supposed to be for everybody in the community. You shouldn't be allowed to do that. So the top and bottom of it, what I'm trying to tell you, what I'm trying to tell you is Yeah, smashing up police cars is a crime. Rioting isn't freedom of speech. I totally agree with you. But we don't have a police force anymore. When the police are allowing en masse people to go into shopping centres and steal and they're not getting arrested, when the police force are not arresting grooming gangs as they should do and turn a blind eye to it over the years, it's not a police force. It's not a police force. When the police force are a political group and they're doing the bidding of their political masters and not policing for everybody and not holding the law, they are not a police force anymore. So what I'm saying is they arrested two grad. Yeah, but what about the other 200 grooming gangs they haven't arrested? What about the 200 grooming gangs where they turned a blind eye? The fact of the matter is, it's not a case of what I'm trying to say. Well, I'm sorry, you don't know your stuff. Uh, I've done a massive investigation on it, and I uncovered a lot of evidence. You can go and see my work, um, and I can tell you that the British police force, were in certain areas, particularly where systemic involved, they were actually involved in the grooming gangs themselves. And there's not been any, in Rotherham, for example, there's not been any police officer that's been put in prison or anybody taking the rap. So I'm afraid that you don't know what you're talking about, my friend. You just don't know what you're talking about. Basically, Michelle, what happened was over the last 15 years, there's white grooming gangs and there's basically it's men, and they get alongside grown men, they get alongside young teenage girls, particularly white girls. They give them toffees, they give them drink, they give them cigarettes. They can be 11-year-old, 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, and then they rape them, and then they take them to a house and they get other men to sleep with the girls. Basically, the vast majority of the grooming gangs over the last few years has been Pakistani, people from Pakistani origin in UK. And basically, they were sexually grooming white girls, and we're talking hundreds of thousands of white girls in Britain. And basically, the British police force, the social services, and MPs knew about it, and they turned a blind eye to it. Tommy Robinson, some 15 years ago, spoke out against it, and he was called a racist. But now, many politicians accept that this went on, but nothing's been done about the police that were involved in it, and MPs that were involved in it, and social services literally involved in the grooming gangs. In other words, they knew what the grooming gangs were doing, and they were okay with it. Yeah, I mean, you don't know what you're talking about, whatever, you just don't know what you're talking about, mate. I used to like Trump. I'm a bit concerned at the moment with Trump. Bit concerned with him. With the Epstein files, he needs to let those Epstein files come out, and I'm concerned that he's not been doing that as he should have done. So the establishment is corrupt to the core, and sad to say, we are in a very, very, very dark situation in our country, and our country's on a knife edge. Yeah, I've been disappointed recently with Trump with the grooming gang thing, him not with the Epstein files not releasing them. Yeah. Anyhow, the whole point of this video is to get people to think about how to go forward, because we've come to the point of no return, and enough is enough. Enough is enough. It can't go on like this. Anyhow, folks, yeah, that's it. Paedophiles protect paedophiles. It's true. And the establishment is full of paedophiles, and they protect each other. So yeah, but our country's in a very, very dark situation. Yeah, we've got to keep praying. I don't know about that, my friend, but we've got to keep praying. But you got to call a spade a spade. And as far as I'm concerned, the British police are the new Stasi. It's not all police, but generally the police force is the new Stasi. They don't represent the British people anymore. And where we go from here is a very dangerous place, because when things break down, when people don't respect the government to such a point, and they don't respect the police, that's when in Ukraine, when you had the revolution, and that's where we're heading for. We're heading for a revolution in UK. It's not something that I want, but that's what's going to happen if this continues. They're not doing anything. They're not doing anything. They're just standing by. They're tied with red tape, and also the British government are trying to organise a signing away of the British Army to Europe. We're part of NATO, but Europe want a European army of their own, because NATO is under the command of America. So the Europe want an army of their own, and they want Britain to sign over the rights of the British Army to Europe. This is an ongoing discussion at the moment, and it will soon be ratified. And basically, what that means is the generals and the admirals and the officers in the Air Force will not have any rights to say what happens in time of war, or when to go to war. It will be purely based on bureaucrats in Brussels. One general, some years ago, when they tried it, said it would be the worst surrender since Singapore. We had some British soldiers, hundreds of thousands, quite a few thousand anyway, that surrendered to the Japanese in Singapore. And we had one general a few years ago when they tried to do it, said it would be the biggest surrender of the British armed forces since Singapore. So they're on the way to try and do this. So the British Army has got no power anymore, or the Navy, or they're just tied up with bureaucracy. No, I'm on about at the start of the conflict in Ukraine. At the start of conflict of Ukraine, the CIA and the FBI infiltrated Ukraine, and they stirred up the Ukrainian people to rebel against the president of Ukraine, who was a puppet of Russia. And if you remember, the Ukrainian people, they cordoned off various parts of Ukraine cities and were throwing Molotov bottles and stones at the police, and the police were fighting the protesters, and then that led to Lenski getting in eventually, who was a puppet of CIA and FBI. So you get your facts right. Yeah, you don't know what's happening. I have it on good authority what's happening in, you see, you don't understand. I'm well connected with what's going on things. And I can tell you that there's ongoing discussions with the British government and Europe to sign over our armed forces to Europe. So you're not well informed. No, I have it on good authority from a military expert. Okay. Okay, folks. We're in dark time. We need to pray. Uh, we need to pray for our country. We need to pray for Britain. Britain is in a very, very dark place. I'm not calling to do anything silly, but what I am calling is to be aware that our police force are Stasi, and to be aware that our country has collapsed and that we really need to start praying. Quite a few Islamic mayors in our country, yeah. That shows you where we're at as well. Anyhow, I'm going to go, folks. I was going to do a Bible study, but that arrest of that woman really, really upset me. Really angered me. On top of a 60-year-old man was raped by an Ethiopian outside a church the other day in Britain. So we had a 60-year-old man raped by an Ethiopian migrant outside a church. We had a young girl who wore a British dress a British dress with a Union Jack, and she was kicked out of school. We had a chap the other day arrested and punched in the back when he was saying Christ is King. And it goes on, the list goes on and on and on. That's the situation that we're in right now. Think about that. A 60-year-old man raped outside a church by a migrant. That's where Britain's got to. On top of that, Britain has also incurred more surveillance has just happened. Yesterday, a new law came into Britain to protect children. Not that the government has been protecting children, but it's a backdoor to censorship. So people in Britain now have to have a digital ID so that the government can track you what you're doing. So that's something that came in yesterday. That's where we're at. That is part of the Stasi tactics of the government. Yeah, well, the mainstream media won't. The mainstream media won't report these things because the mainstream media are anti-British. No, 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 no. Listen. We don't need surveillance. We don't need fact checkers. That's communism. We had fact checkers during COVID-19 and it was all lies. We had our free speech taken away, people taken deplatformed off YouTube. We had people silenced, doctors silenced, pediatricians silenced. And now it's all come out that a lot of it was all lies. So no, we don't need fact checkers. We don't need surveillance of people can make up their own mind about what they read. Once the government tells you what you can read and can't read, it's communism. And I'm not having it anymore. I'm not putting it up with anymore. I'm just not having it. I'm not being censored. Nobody should be censored. It's ridiculous. The only people who want censorship are the ones who have power. So the Muslims will want censorship. That's why they want the Islamophobia law in, so that they can have power to control people. The gay rights movement love the hate crime laws because that gives them power. And the social media love it, that gives them power. So it's all about power. It's not about free speech. The Stasi tactics. We do have communism. Communism is here. The two parties, Labour Party and the Conservative, is a uni party. There's no difference between them. No, the LGBT can be a very vindictive, vicious movement. I was out preaching the other day, a couple of weeks ago, and there were quite a few of these people with their gay rights flag flying over me. They were very vindictive, and I'd not said a word. I didn't say a word about gay rights. So it can be a very vindictive, anti-free speech movement. Labour Party's gone. The Conservative Party's gone. It's all gone. It's finished. The Britain that we knew, it's gone. It's over. We're in uncharted waters. We're in uncharted waters. We're at the mercy of Islamicists and Antifa far left nutters and fanatical wokeites. Communism means that you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Communism seeks to take away the right of the family, to take away the rights of property, and make you follow the state and live for the state and be fed by the state and controlled by the state. So the family has been decimated in Britain. It's been destroyed by the governments. Property rights are slowly being eroded. Yeah, you say you're homeowner, but they're already beginning to take people's houses off people. There was an incident a few weeks ago of a family were told that they had to sell their house so that the government could put asylum seekers in it. You didn't know that, did you? No, I'm not confusing communism with socialism. Yeah. Anyhow, I'm going to give people a chance to come on for a minute, and then I'm going to go. The NHS was a socialist concept, but the NHS has become communist. For example, you didn't have a choice about your injection during the COVID-19. You were forced to have it. That's going well beyond socialism. We've gone past the point of no return, folks. I'm sorry to say, Britain is gone. It's over. I know. It's over. It's game over. We're in uncharted waters. The democracy's collapsed in Britain. When free speech went, which went during COVID-19, but it's got worse. It collapsed, but we've definitely 100% collapsed as a country. Yeah, the whole West is being taken over. It's the whole of the West, totally 100%. There's a darkness that's come over the UK, a very thick, dark cloud that has come over the UK, a very demonic, sick, dark, evil cloud, where the government is no longer has the right to be a government anymore, where the police don't have a right to be the police anymore. That's a very, very dark cloud, where people are offended if you say a man is a man and a woman is a woman, where transgenderism is exalted to the hill, where gay marriage is exalted to a hill, where Islam is exalted to the hill. We're in a very, 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 very dark cloud. So I've got to go. Sorry to have brought this up, but I'll just show you again what happened today. Forgive the show you what happened today. Give me a second. Forgive the swearing because they're going to be swearing. This is the British public getting angry at what happened today. So this is why I've done this stream today, because it's just the last straw for me. So she's talking here.
You call everyone racist. You attack people at their jobs. Why do you think the authorities were afraid to speak out about the grooming gangs? Because of the far left narratives.
Yeah.
You all should hang your head in shame for all of that stuff.
Yeah. You know, can I just say as well about the grooming gangs? There was incidents in Leicester that happened. Girls that were being taken to Bradford, Nottinghamshire, Sheffield. I'm not going to name names, obviously.
Yeah.
A close friend of mine reported this at 14 years old. She was arrested and called a prostitute because when she told them she was raped, afterwards he chucked her 20 quid at her. She's a white woman. The same thing happened this was years later when I was at Regent College, so we're going back for quite a few fair years now, probably about 10 years ago, give or take. A Muslim woman was just touched. She was walked by, the white man was arrested and detained and obtained a criminal record. Explain this to me. I'm not, what we said before, we've met before, we discussed it. I don't care about your race, but if they're making it about race, I'm going to have to defend my race.
They said earlier, the guy earlier was saying he hates being white, he's anti-British. He hates his white skin and that, all he hates.
That's called mental health, darling. Get yourself checked in bracket unit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right, you too.
And we're called to love each other.
I agree with you, but you know, we're not at church right now.
Think of all the other children that are buried under the rubble.
I do. I think of our children. I think of my 12-year-old niece who was raped by a Pakistani man fresh off the boat. I think of children at school who can't integrate with their peers because nobody speaks English. I think of myself when I go to the doctors and they have to get an interpreter because he doesn't understand what I'm saying when I'm talking about my polycystic ovary syndrome because his English is so limited. Do you know, we are not fit for purpose in this country anymore. I don't care, I'm going to say it and I'm going to say it again. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what colour you are. I don't care what your religion is. All I care about is that your morals and values align with mine and everybody else's in this country, and that the money that's being made, that explains it all. Indoctrinated, safeguarding, the rest of it. There we go. Yeah.
Children's mother country. I love my job like this.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yes, that's good.
And I look after your child. Just think of all those.
I'd rather trust a pope and a paedophile look after my kid than people like you. Honestly, I'm at that point. I'd sooner drop him off with a pub in the middle of Green Street or football factory than trust him with the likes of you, darling. Anyone that could stand around here, right, holding Palestinian flags and telling me, a white British woman, that I'm not welcome in this part of my country, but what have been shouting at me, intimidating me, men screaming, he wasn't English, was it? Do you know what I mean? Scream in my face again. Watch how we deal with it, darling. Do you know what I mean? Oh, here they are. I bet I'm the one who gets arrested.
No, you weren't.
Let's fucking see. I'm sorry. Do you know what? You're a div.
Big up your chest to you, man. Yeah.
So much fucking being rasped for DB.
Paid agitator, apparently. She infiltrated them yesterday and she admitted bacon's arrived.
You know, a woman who's going to be
She's got a kid there.
That's where I am, and that's my neighbours. And you've got to see what I'm saying. Like, this is why I'm so irate now. It's not about, I ain't a fucking victim. I know that. I was built on an estate, but in the eyes of the law, that's the attitude that's being given, and it doesn't correlate.
Yeah.
Yes, darling.
Conversation with you.
A conversation or an interrogation, darling?
Conversation initially. Obviously, I'd want to do just out of the way, just away from this.
Can I film you?
No, I want you to be with me all the time. This is my advocate.
I'll film all of our conversations with you guys. Thank you very much.
I've not done anything illegal. Okay.
The reason I asked that is because I'm going to be asking some personal details.
No, I'm going to leave.
You don't have to give no personal details.
Okay.
Are you going to arrest me?
Yes, you're going to arrest.
If you're,
no, you can't arrest her.
Give my details.
You can't arrest her for what? She hasn't done anything. I've got it all on camera. I've got it all on camera. Fucking jokers.
You've got a baby with her as well.
You've got a baby with her as well. Wow.
Ridiculous.
Wow. Wow. Look at this, guy. Two-tier policing, caught again. Caught again.
Can you put it in my bra? Don't worry, if you touch me, I'll put it in.
Man.
Two-tier policing, caught again. And they're being rough with her. Disgusting. It's all on camera, mate. She ain't done anything. You're wrong. You're inherently wrong in this. It's all on camera. This ain't a good look for Leicester Police Force. I'm telling you that. There ain't no common assault.
I've not done anything.
Wow.
I've not done anything, that's fine. I appreciate you're just doing your job, that's fine. You were very rough with me, though, you had
Wow, they just want the details.
I'm not looking.
Absolute tyrants.
Police have lost all respect to this today.
Nah, I'm standing here. Don't tell me what to do, man. I'm in public. Don't tell me what to do. Bullies. You're all disgusting. I'll say how I want to say it, and you ain't going to say nothing about it as well. I'm going to absolutely roast you while I'm stood here. You're all disgusting.
You go to my address, please. 75
with a baby like that, grabbing her up like that on camera. How do you think you're going to look on the internet? Do you know how many views I'm going to get on this video, you bunch of clowns? Should be ashamed of yourselves. Oh, doing that there on camera. Do you know how bad your police force is going to look on my channel now? Well done, guys. Smart move. Maybe a bit of critical thinking wouldn't go amiss with the police force, would it? Look at the optics on this. Do you know how bad this is for you guys, Leicester Police? Yeah. Awful optics for you guys, this is. If I was you, I'd DRS that, because it's not looking good for you guys. I'm standing proud, mate. Yeah, I'll send this to GB News. I'll send this to everybody. I'll send the whole content to them all. We'll get it to go viral, guys. We'll all share it. In fact, I'll let every other creator use it as well, just to make a point. Talk about millions of views and looking like knobs.
Put her in the car.
Absolutely disgusting.
Put her in the car.
Disgusting people. Shocking, innit? Grabbing a mother up for having an opinion.
Just found out we're family and all.
It's from these lot. Small world, isn't it?
So crazy.
They were coming up to her, surrounding her. She pushed one of them away from her, which she's allowed to do, because they were all surrounding her. Wait till you find out about her history as well. And when men are surrounding her, then you're going to be ashamed as well. Shocking. Oh, these police here ain't got no respect. Fucking dickhead. She's in there, look. So, I mean, where's the baby as well?
Absolutely crazy. And I'll just show you this one. Just let me get. Just give me a second. I'm just looking for something. Can't find it. Can't find it. The guy the other day just kicked off his bike by the police, and he's shouting "Christ is King," and the police are smacking his back and everything. You know, I can't find it, but anyhow, you get the picture. Yeah. All right, folks. let's pray. With very dark days, very solemn days that we have to think about the future because the political, the social and political fabric of Britain has just gone. And yeah, but even I'll just show you. Just let me just yeah, got it here, I think. Just trying to find it. Look at this. Look at this. Just show you this. Look. This is happening all across the country, this.
We're told to be inclusive until we speak with faith or tradition. This young man represented calm, reasoned discussion, and for that, he was attacked. If we don't speak up, this will only get worse. Let's show you exactly what happened. Here's the footage. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. We have released our new I'm Not Far Right t-shirts. There are two different variants which come in black and blue. You can...
Thank you for firstly the assault and secondly the insult to a human child. You just touched my camera now. You think that's not assault? Thank you. The virtue of family time, ladies and gentlemen. You sit there being unable to promote your position, and instead of trying to have a dialogue with me, you instead promote the violence of a deranged lunatic. Pardon? Of course.
You change subjects. As a 17-year-old virgin, why do you feel entitled to have this conversation?
Oh, bloody hell, what's a chutney? I chutney of eggs. It is living into the human life.
Assault on camera, buddy. Sorry, man.
Let it quiet, you ideological incel. No, it's living, it's not a human life. You see the distinction there? A pig is...
So that was just a small part of the attack on that gentleman. Don't agree with his theology, by the way, but he was attacked a lot more than that. The guy who was saw standing up bashed him and bashed him and bashed him and punched him and punched him. When the police turned up, they didn't do anything about it. They just said, okay. And that was it. Nothing was done. I think I can get the full video, actually. Let me get the full video. Just get a full video and then you'll see for yourself. Yeah. Yeah, here's the full video. I'll just let... Yeah, he's only 17 years old. And watch now.
Okay, what you've just said there demonstrates that you haven't well thought through what someone who believes in the abolition of abortion. Be speaking to a 17-year-old and you're acting like a 12-year-old. I know you like killing kids. Now, the virtue of Camden Town, ladies and gentlemen. You all sit there being unable to promote your position, and instead of trying to have a dialogue with me, you instead promote the violence of a deranged lunatic.
What's this now?
Pardon? Okay, but normally 50% of the time, the child being begotten will be a male. So yes, of course, takes first to tango, and secondly, can I say something? Are you promoting sexual promiscuity? Okay, so instead of having sex, not facing the consequences of aborting children, instead of doing that, instead focus on having sex within the constitution of a marriage, and then having a partner with yourself who can take care of the child.
Can I ask you a question? I want to start off with the point I'm against abortion, first of all. But do you think it's okay to then go to McDonald's? Stay back.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that's
not fucking true.
Okay.
Watch.
Hey, man, there's no need to assault. There's no need to.
Fuck off. Andrew, come on, ask me a fucking question.
No, the person that you're promoting.
What the fuck does that mean? What does man mean? What does the word man mean? No, start with the A. What does fucking A mean? I'll tell you what, A. Fuck ya.
Okay. By the way, do you promote that type of behavior? Well, Western democracy is going to go, ladies and gentlemen. When we see the ladies lunatics that promote the assault degeneracy of other people, who am I? I'm a man who's against the genocide of other human fetuses. You sexual degenerates.
Genocide, that's a fact. What do you think about Gaza? What do you think about
Hey.
Relax, man. Hey, listen. You just assaulted. Listen, no need. There's no need. Listen, I'm absolutely fine having a vulnerable man not assault. But listen, Camden Town, as we've now seen, promotes the sexual degeneracy of other people, the assault of cameramen and people having discussions. Ladies and gentlemen, what we've now seen is that the insane have closeted themselves with the communists that are complicit in the abortion of innocent people and also the sexual mutilation of young people. You're right, Bessie. I'll be here all day.
Notice the police aren't there. Notice the police have not come. But that girl, they came quick, but him was getting attacked. They're not there.
Listen. So I want to ask individually everyone here, do you agree that people should be assaulted for the abortion? No. Do you believe that? Do you believe that?
Listen. Fuck off.
Again,
Hello?
Right,
Prison
keep on
train station,
filming,
I'll get
okay?
this sorted. It's on that. Yeah,
Okay,
Camden.
I'm gonna keep on
Train
listening.
station, we're getting
What's
this
up,
sorted.
mate?
Out through the soft palate, grab your tongue.
It's just a madman, just going mad.
Call the
Hello, yeah.
So where are you not doing
Some
anything?
guys assaulting us. Camden train station.
Okay.
Now watch this.
Yeah, the under.
Now you get the support officer who's a council guy. Watch what he does.
What year am I drinking?
Well, I'm filming it now, so.
There's that conversation here.
Council officer trying to take his bike off him.
Can the police come here? Please.
It's my equipment.
I'm trying to help him.
It's my equipment. It's my equipment.
No, he's not allowed.
You just assaulted me. You just assaulted me. Yeah, you've assaulted me.
Yeah, I'll pop in here.
The council officer's not bothered about protecting the young man. He just wants to kick the young man out of the area.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
No. No. You're suing me for what I'm saying. Of course, what
Camera equipment
I'm
here.
you sanction the people who abide the
Police here. Now watch what the police
I
do.
was doing a stand here. From what I understand, is in line with the. I was doing a stand. These two assaulted one guy. In fact, we have cameras. We have 3 cameras. Turn my table around.
Right,
Kick
look
my
at the
chairs,
police.
start kicking beer around the place.
The police have not jumped in, tried to find the guy, arrest the guy.
Me and my
They're giving the young guy the
cameraman.
passport.
16.
Now watch.
They say just and unbiased.
So the police have gone. They've gone. And that's it. The police have gone. They didn't do anything. And yet that girl who stood talking to these to the river to the sea people, she'd not done anything and she gets arrested. And that's what we're up against. That's what the country's collapsed to. Once the British police have lost respect of the British people, then where do we go from there? Yeah, I put that guy on timeout because he was annoying me, just going on about stuff. I think he was just trying to troll us. Anyway, I'm going to go. Stay safe. I'm going to pray. Father, we just thank you for this day. I just give you the praise and the glory and just pray, Father, that you bless all the people that have listened to this in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Anyway, God bless you, folks. Take care, and God be with you all. Take care. Take care, Michelle. Take care, Doberman. Take care, Keith. Take care, everybody else who came. Paul and everybody else. All right. Take care.